Nova Scotia's government is funding the building of new affordable and accessible housing units in Bridgewater, with construction set to begin in the spring of 2025. It's part of an $83.2 million public housing project announced in September. This new 3-story, 21-unit building will be constructed at the Pineview Apartments site on Exhibition Drive. The units are expected to accommodate up to 94 people in a mix of 1, 2, and 3-bedroom units, including a fully accessible first floor. Becky Druin, the MLA for Lunenburg West, presented the announcement on behalf of the Minister of Housing on March 11th.
Minister, tell me a little bit about what went into preparing this announcement for today.
Yeah, so the province and the federal government are making a historic investment in public housing. Moreland's been invested in, I think, over 30 years. And one of the sites that has been selected is Bridgewater. So we're really excited that we'll be getting about 21 units here. And that will serve around 94 people, providing accessible, affordable housing.
Now, it was announced today that there's about 223 people or 223 names or families on a list in the town of Bridgewater, about 2,000 in the western region. It's 2025, 2026. I know that it has to start somewhere, but what's your message to the people who are struggling today?
Yeah, so we understand the urgency around this. It's important that everybody has access to affordable housing, and so this is a really important step. It's only one of many steps that are being taken to invest in housing and invest in opportunities to ensure that people do have access to affordable housing.
This is a modular design. I know it's not the same as the pallet shelters that were announced, but they were delayed significantly because of construction and supply and all of the things that are going into that. Why should we be confident? What makes you confident that we're going to see this happen on the timeline that was explained today?
Yeah. So modular housing, modular builds do allow us to move much more quickly with construction, more quickly than standard construction processes allow. And that's because you get to prepare the site and do the site work at the same time as the building work is happening. So we're optimistic that the timelines presented will be able to reach those timelines. So that's starting in spring of next year for a completion about a year and a half after that. But we do know there's always potential for those timelines to change. That being said, we're quite confident in the timelines, and we're optimistic that they'll be ready for families locally.
I know you're not directly involved with the proposal that will ask for bids. What, if anything, have you been reassured that there may not be, is there a priority list? Are there other municipal units, others in front of you? I'm just curious again to try to answer those questions. Have you looked into that? Has the department looked into that from your knowledge?
So you should speak to the department about specifics around that, but I do know that I know that the department does consider things like availability of land, the ability to build, and other elements that go into the timelines when they're considering what their estimated completion date is. So I'm really hopeful that we'll be able to deliver on this one as anticipated.
Any other announcements coming for your district or any other nearby ridings?
Yeah, so I think you'd have to stay tuned for any future announcements.
And again, today, a big announcement, as you say, homes for people in a few years. Patience, I guess, is the order of the day?
Yeah, we're continuing to support access to housing in a variety of ways. And the reality is this is a situation that has emerged over the course of years, over the course of decades. And so it will take time to address the housing needs that we have, but we're working urgently to do that. And this investment in Bridgewater, which will deliver housing for over 90 people within the next couple of years, affordable housing for over 90 people, public housing is a really exciting and important step.
I'm Sheldon McLeod for SaltWire.